This is what the overview say. It say, Mind's Eye, a single-player action adventure thriller, is set for release on. All right, we don't give a fuck, man. We just gonna get into the point. All right, let's see. Players take on the role of Jacob Diaz, a former elite soldier with a mysterious neural implant called the Mind's Eye. That sounds pretty familiar to the Neuralink, which is called the Mark of the Beast, or the microchip, or the Charagma, or the C-hit. Shalom, shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Arkah Kadesh. Kol Halayim La Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Arkah Kadesh. Double honors and salutations to my elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well. Shalom to the 144,000 male prophets, and shalom to the rest of the 1/3, consisting of men, women, and children. Shalom. So, this video was going to be about this game, right? You know, I was on a Brother Live yesterday, Rami Kazak, and he had mentioned this dude, Leslie Benzie, right? And if you don't know, you know, you could search him up, and you could go to the quick facts, and you'll come to the, look right here. It say he created GTA 5, man. You know, he had a part in he's the creator of GTA San Andreas, man. You know, he was with Rockstar, but then he left to do his own thing, and now he's working on a new project, and this is the new project that he's working on. This game is called Mind's Eye. Now we're going to play the preview, and then we're going to get into the overview, and then we're going to read that and see what it's talking about.
You made it. That's just leftover hardware. It's been decommissioned. You made it. That's just leftover hardware. It's been decommissioned.
All right, so now we're going to get that word mark in the Blue Letter Bible, right? So we can show you that this is a physical thing, because some people like to say that the mark of the beast is a spiritual thing, but now we're going to prove that it's a physical thing. So this right here is Revelation chapter 14, and we're going to go to 9, and we're going to go into the interlinear coordinates, and we're going to go down to that word mark, and we're going to see what that say.
Strong's G 5480, Charagma. Charagma.
All right, so it's the Charagma. And it say, a stamp and imprinted mark of the mark stamped on the foreheads of the right hands as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist, right? Which we know that the Antichrist spirit is multiple spirits. There isn't just one Antichrist that's going to come back and sit inside of the so-called third temple built inside of Jerusalem. No, this third temple consists of the elect, man. It's a spiritual thing. The mark branded upon horses. And here's the main thing right here. Thing carved, sculpture, graven work, right? So this mark is a thing carved. And if it's carved, that means it's going to dig into your skin. That means it has to be physical. So now we're going to read the scripture, Revelation 14 and 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead, see, in. So you got to receive this mark in the forehead or in the hand. You know, if it was a spiritual thing, you know, or if it was a tattoo, I said 666 on the top of your forehead, it wouldn't be in your forehead and it wouldn't be in your hand. It would be on the surface of it, right? But that's not what it is. It's a physical mark. It's an RFID chip. And these people know it. That's why they show you before. That's why they're preconditioning you. That's why they're putting it in the video games to make it look cool before they actually make it mandatory, right? So that when it is made mandatory, everybody can be like, oh, we know about this. We know about this. This is what we were seeing before it was made mandatory, right? And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of power, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb, right? So if you do take this mark, the charagma, the C-hip, if you do take that, or if you do worship the beast or his image, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, he's going to make sure he's going to give you what you deserve, man. Because if you take that, you ultimately turn your back on the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, and that's forbidden, man. That's one of the commandments. So let me pull it up real quick. So this is Exodus chapter 20, starting at verse 3. Thou shalt have no other powers before me. All right. So, matter of fact, what's this right here? We're gonna read the whole thing as a matter of fact. Starting at verse 4. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, Yahweh, thy power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. Okay? So, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, our power, right? Those are the true names, the one and only names of our power. And I'm speaking to you Israelites, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and the speckled bird that's going to come back into the flock looking like the other nation. But if your spirit bears witness with this truth, you are indeed a Hebrew Israelite. Okay? So at the end of the day, man, our power, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, He is a jealous power when it comes down to His people, man. Right? Just like a husband, right? A husband having a woman, right? A wife, the husband don't want that chick, going after other dudes. That's the same way with Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. We are married to our power, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, man. So us as His people, if we go out there and take that C-hip, or if we go and worship the so-called white man image, and that beast, man, that's like committing adultery. That's like committing spiritual adultery, man. We can't be doing that. And that right there, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai said, if we do that, we're going to drink of the wrath. We're going to drink of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of His indignation. All right? Okay? Verse 11. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Right, now that's not talking about you're going to be burning in a lake of fire for the rest of eternity. That's talking about, because we know that America is going to be turned into the lake of fire, by 200 million missiles. Nobody's going to be able to put that out, right? The flame and the fire that's going to be kindled inside of Babylon the Great, no amount of firefighters is going to be able to put this shit out, man. It's going to have to burn out. And that's going to take a very, very, very long time. So the people that's inside of this place, when those nuclear missiles hit, they're going to feel every last minute, man. They're going to feel every time. They're going to know that Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai is judging them, man, because it's going to be slow. And it's going to be painful, man. It's going to be the worst thing ever. But us that's doing this work in sincerity and in truth, ultimately, if we are indeed a part of the elect, this right here is Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon the whole world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Right, so Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, he's gonna provide for us, he's gonna make a way for us, he's gonna keep us. Yeah, we still gonna have to see some crazy shit out here, during Jacob's trouble and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, man, when it's time, when that microchip is made mandatory, Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, he's gonna put that spirit on us to resist and to endure all the way up into the end for his name's sake, man. So we're gonna be straight, if indeed we are a part of the elect. All right. So, yeah, man, like I said, at the end of the day, what they got to do is they got to show you that they putting it out. They got to pretty much precondition it in your mind. They got to get you used to seeing it before it's actually made mandatory. So when it is made mandatory, you're not going to be like foreign to this idea. You're not going to be like, man, what the fuck is this? They coming out with some kind of chip. I'm not taking that shit, bro. Because if they come out with the chip tomorrow, ain't no, you gonna have certain dickheads, oh, it's cool, it's cool, dude, just take the chip, just take the chip, dude, and then you gonna have some jakes, ain't nobody taking that shit, man, right, because it's a chip, literally, it's a violation to your rights as a human being, man. Hey, don't nobody want no chip inside of their hand, but eventually, like I said, they're gonna keep on pushing it, right? Because ultimately, this is Bible prophecy, man. It ain't no running away from it. It ain't no getting away from it. This chip is going to be made mandatory soon, and whoever takes it, you will suffer the price, man. And that price, trust me, you don't want to. So, if you are an Israelite, man, return to your power. Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. At the end of the day, we do know only a small remnant is going to come back. The elect, a very small remnant, not all of Israel, not all of Yasha'Allah. And we do know that this is predestined. So all we can do is pray, man. And with that being said, I'm gonna say Shalom.